Hi team. I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to review this information. I am in an MAT program, and one of the assignments that I have for this term is to complete a leadership project, which, as you can imagine, as a student teacher is a little bit intimidating because I do not presume to come in here and lead anything. I've learned so much from you guys and from Lauren. She's amazing, and I don't want to come across like a student teacher who's coming in trying to lead something. So I want to apologize up front for that. But as it is an assignment, it is something that I need to complete. And it made me kind of start thinking, well, what is something that I could share with you that might hopefully be helpful for you? Because I know that it was helpful for me, and I'm going to do that with you guys today. So something that I ran across learning all of this crazy stuff y'all have been doing this year with presenting to a class while also presenting to students online. That is such a huge task, and y'all have made it seem effortless. But one of the things that I ran into as kind of a stumbling block was having whiteboard access, that I wanted to quickly write something or draw something for the students in class, and then the students at home also see that same thing without having to change apps, without having to, hold on a minute, let me change the tab I'm sharing and open this new thing. And we discovered something, and we kind of came across it because we were teaching the kids some digital art. That is, my background is in that, and it was something that we wanted to teach some of the students. And they all have access on their Chromebooks already preloaded to an app called Chrome Canvas. You have it on your Chromebooks as well, and it's also a website you can type in on a laptop. But basically, it is a whiteboard app. It's just an empty canvas. So whereas a whiteboard just has, the capabilities that the pens have, not much customization, this app does allow more customization as far as color picking, the type of material you're using. So, and you can also just flip through tabs. So let's say I'm in Google Meet. I hit a tab, I'm in Canvas, and I have not had to change anything that I'm presenting to the students. So I want to just kind of go through a few of those steps with you guys, just so you'll see that, and maybe it's something you can put in your arsenal to use while you're teaching. To start, I just want to give an overview of Chrome Canvas, just in case you've not had a chance to use it or have access to it. Chrome Canvas is available to anyone with a Chromebook, and it's also a website that can be accessed as well. So on a Chromebook, our students and teachers, you have access to Chrome Canvas in the app menu. As you can see, there's like an arrow here showing you where that icon is. There might be 2 pages of this app menu. So if you open your first menu page and you don't see that icon, you can then scroll to the next page and find it there. So it should be preloaded on your Chromebook or Google device. On a laptop, you would just want to type in this website, canvas.apps.chrome, and that is actually how we will be accessing it today. So I can show you how to use that in a presentation mode if you are presenting through a Google Meet. So you would open up a tab on your browser and type in canvas.apps.chrome. So basically, this is what it would look like. You have your tabs open at the top, you have your Meet, you have your classroom, and then you would have Canvas. If you have all those already open when you start your lesson, you have easy access to a whiteboard. There's a lot of customization here, more so than just a typical whiteboard app. So that's what I want to go through with you right now. I'm going to just kind of escape out of this quickly so I can show you Canvas. So if you can just watch my mouse here, just to give you a quick overview. We have a home button here that when you click that, it will take you to a gallery. So I have not actually drawn anything or used this whiteboard app for anything on my laptop, so it's blank right now. But this is what your gallery would look like. Everything would be saved here. Everything is automatically saved in Chrome Canvas, so you don't have to save anything. All you do, every drawing that you make, every whiteboard writing that you use will be saved. So I'm going to click New Drawing, this blue button right here, and it's going to take me here to a blank canvas. So over here on the left hand side, we have a color palette. If you click on that, there's some preloaded colors here. You can click on custom and choose any color that your heart desires. But just for this example, I'm going to go ahead and just click on this color here. And then I'm going to click on the circle again to close. So any of these tools, you click on them to open, click to close. Underneath the circle, there is an edit button. This button edits my tools. So this is my kind of tool arsenal here on the left-hand side. And this edit button will edit that tool, whichever one I'm using. So the size obviously makes the size of that tool larger or smaller. Opacity obviously adjusts the opacity of that tool. So I'm going to start with some examples. I'm using my mouse because I don't have a touch screen, but if you were using a smartboard, you would just use your finger on the smartboard just as if you were just writing on a Chromebook. So you don't have to actually use the pins on the smartboard. You would just use your finger. So here is a pencil. I'm going to click on that. Make it a little bit bigger so we can see it. Make sure my opacity is up. And as I drag my mouse around, you see that as a nice pencil line. I'm going to click on pen. So the pen tool has more pen-like qualities. It starts off a little thick and then it gets a little bit thinner, so it's like writing with a pen. The marker is a nice kind of thick, chunky marker. We use this a lot with our art classes so we can draw examples for the students. Chalk, it's just like sidewalk chalk. It's pretty fun. And the eraser, you can then use that. So you just tap that with your finger on the smartboard and then just erase with your finger on the smartboard. A couple of things that come in handy are the undo button up here at the top. Just click it as many times as you need to undo, and redo right there next to it. There's a lot more capability here. There is layers that you can add additional layers. You can pull in images. And that's something the kids want to constantly show us is look what we can do. But you can add a picture and then you can kind of trace over that picture. But for what we're doing today, I'm just kind of showing you the like whiteboard capability, but please feel free to play around with this app because it does have some more capabilities as far as those layers. But as you can see, I just touched those three dots and I can save it as an image so I can keep a file of the things that I have made. But for what we're talking about today, the best usage for this would just be if you needed to quickly, so let's say I'm in Google Meet, I'm in a meeting here, I'm presenting through Google Meet, and so I have my classes, Google Meet, and then I just click straight on over to Canvas. When I hit this home button, there is the drawing I just made. I didn't even have to save it, and it's right there. And I'm just going to have new drawing, and quickly I'm able to use my finger on the smartboard to draw something, to write a note, any reason you would need to use a whiteboard while you're presenting to your students. One very important detail that I need to share with you. When you're presenting from a laptop in Google Meet, you must present as a window. If you're presenting as a tab, which I know a lot of us do often, that's the way we present is through tabs, it will not work. So as you see on the right-hand side here, it says present your entire screen, present a window, present a tab. If you present a tab, the students will see a black screen and they won't actually see what you're writing. But if you present as a window, your students will see, yes, they'll see your tabs across the top, but when you click on that canvas and you're using that whiteboard, they will see everything that you are drawing in real time to your face-to-face students. So I hope this was helpful. I am going to be attaching a survey to the end of this, if you don't mind filling that out, just a baseline survey to let me know if you found it helpful, if you think you might be able to use it. And then also I'm just going to do a follow-up survey in a week or two just to see if you've been able to use it with your students and if you were able to find it helpful for your needs in your classes. So thank you guys so much, and thank you for just taking me in and helping me learn so much during this time that I've been here. It really has been a pleasure, and I'm very thankful. So I will see you soon.